Good morning. Come in, come in. Happy Monday. We had some crazy weather last night. Gosh, I don't know if y'all saw my video, but holy cow. Tornadoes. Good morning, good morning. Come in and get settled. We'll start in just a minute. Good morning. So if you're new here, this is our weekly Tarotscope. This is where we consult the tarot to find out what is coming up for us throughout the week, okay? We're going to go over Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday, we will go over Friday through Sunday, okay? And you know how I said that starting June, we're going to do just once a week? It's actually going to have to start next week because I forgot I have to go out of town to take my son to his esports tournament. So next week, we will be starting the once a week Tarotscope, okay? We're going to cover the entire week. So yeah, I forgot we had to do that. The time is flying by, is it not? I mean, we're almost, in my mind, we're almost done with May. We're halfway through May. We're over halfway through May. It's crazy. But anywho, I'm in Oklahoma. We have more bad weather later today. So do we, unfortunately. Yeah, so I hope you all stay safe. So, okay, just a heads up, you guys. The founding members opportunity, if I can speak, founding members opportunity for the Quantum Master Academy ends on June 2nd, okay? I'm working on the accreditation of the Quantum Master Academy, and it's like accreditation means like you are legit, okay? So you will receive accredited certificates, like certifications, and that holds a lot more weight than just any old random certificate, okay? Because there's so many courses out there where you can take it and finish it in 2 hours. Not this one. This is a journey, okay? It's going to be at least 18 months or so of the journey that we're going to go through. Stop trying to join my live. Thanks. God. My weekend was great. Okay. Some randos trying to join my live 3 times. Like, get the fuck out of here. But anywho, yeah, we're going to go through a whole journey together. And if you miss out on the founding members opportunity, don't say I didn't warn you, okay? I've sent out many awareness emails. We've talked about it here because it will be going up to the evaluated amount of $249 per month, okay? It actually, I was having it evaluated, and they were actually telling me that a course, or not even a course, a journey of this magnitude could easily go for $400 plus a month. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so it is going to $249 a month. It's a membership, okay? So if you want to get in as a founding member, it's only $99 a month. So yeah. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the QMA, yeah. So, okay. Yes, Molly, y'all will be in the accredited. So that's why I haven't sent y'all your certifications yet, or your certificates for advanced tarot yet, is because I'm getting all that done. That way I only have to create them once and I can have your seal of accreditation on there for you. So yeah. Okay. Anywho, good morning. This is our weekly Tarotscope. Okay. We are going to look at what's coming up for us throughout the week, okay? We want to look beyond the veil. We don't want to just go by what we can see and what we're experiencing. We want to look beyond the veil to see how we can improve our lives, how we can handle situations, and just all around what's coming up for us, okay? But first, we are going to balance out our heart chakra, right? This is the midpoint between our higher selves and our earthly selves. We need to make sure it's nice and clear and balanced. After we do that, we will get the fairy blessing, which is the overall blessing for the week. And then y'all will pick the tarot deck that I use, okay? So then we'll do the reading, and then I'll pull oracle cards and we'll chat. You can ask questions, all that stuff. This is a collective reading, okay? If you need personal advice, then you can do that through the link in my bio, okay? All right, so all you do now is just breathe and relax, okay? We're gonna listen to the bowl sing. This is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra, okay? So just relax and breathe and let go of all the worry, fear, and stress of the last week, okay? Here we go. Just breathe. Pick up all the heaviness and blow it out. Now let's collectively take one super deep breath in. Pick up all the heaviness and the fear and everything and just blow it out and let it go, okay? It's in the past. All we can do from things in the past is learn from them, right? We don't need to live there. Thank you all for monitoring the comments. I don't know what's going on, but there's been a lot deleted. We must have a lot of trolls today. Okay. So what we're going to do now is get our fairy blessing. And let's see what we need to know for this week. Good morning. What do we need to know for this week? A blessing from a fairy determined to help you. Oh, I love this. Because think about that. Think about if you have something you're trying to accomplish, right? Think about there is a presence, there is an energy, there is something determined to help you. Will you be willing to accept that help and that guidance, okay? So whatever you are dealing with, this is number 45, whatever you are dealing with throughout the week, because 4 is looking at what is, right? Being logical about certain situations, and 5 is change. It's unexpected movement, it's a pivot, something is changing this week, okay? And we bring it together, which is 9. 9 is that higher wisdom, it's that higher vantage point, right? So think of this presence, whether you want to believe it's God, source, your spirit guides, fairies, whatever it is that you want to believe as this presence helping you, it's like you have this energy presence that is determined to help you. It's like they don't run out of energy, they don't run out of steam like we do. It's like you need help and they're like on it. Okay? So don't be afraid this week to ask for help and to receive help. Okay, you can do it energetically. You can do it out loud. You can do it in your head. It's all based on your frequency. Okay, so be on the lookout this week of how you're receiving this help, which we call blessings or miracles, right? So be on the lookout of what happens this week in the form of those blessings or miracles and write them down. Okay, you can even write them down with the title of, like, you know, good things happen for me, or I am so lucky, I am so blessed, whatever you want. Write down all the positive things that happen throughout the week. And then at the end of the week, turn around and look at it and be like, wow, okay, I did receive help. I am lucky, I am blessed, I am fortunate, okay? All right, so we're gonna choose the deck. This one is a new one. This one I got from Awe Inspired. It's a company, okay? They sent me this High Priestess necklace and everything. So this is a brand new deck. It's called Awe Inspired Goddess Tarot or the Wizard's Tarot, okay? So deck 1 or deck 2. Vote in the comments. Please only vote one time. That way we can keep track, okay? So deck 1 or deck 2. One or two. It looks like y'all are interested in or curious about deck 1. I have not used this in a reading yet. So 1 or 2. I think ones are totally getting it on YouTube, and I think they're getting it on TikTok as well. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with, yeah, ones have it on YouTube, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with deck one. We're going to use this deck. I've already shuffled it and got it all mixed up. If I can get the lid has suctioned. But I'll show you. They're really like clean. You know, they have the gold foil. They're really pretty. And that's the King of Swords right there. So pretty neat cards. All right, let me cleanse them in 1 second. All right, so let's find out what is coming up for us this week. What is coming up for us this week? Let's see, let's see. Like I said, I'm going to pull cards for Monday through Thursday. We'll talk about it, and then we'll pull oracle cards to see what other messages we need to hear. Okay, so today we have the Four of Swords. I know it's kind of hard to see. They're so pretty, right? They're just very, aesthetically pleasing, I guess you could say. Anywho, we have the Four of Swords, okay? When the Four of Swords shows up, it's talking about resting, okay? It's about coming to a place of peace. It's not about mental craziness, right? It's like we want our brains to be at rest. We want to think logically, because think about four, okay? Four is like seeing what is, being able to think clearly, being able to understand the processes of things, right? It's very logical, okay? So today, it's really a nice way to say, you know, like, take it easy today. If you find that your brain is going on overdrive, ask for peace, ask for clarity, okay? This is like taking a break. I mean, some of you might be taking the day off, whatever you need to do, but take a break. Come to a place of rest. Make sure that maybe you need to go to bed early today, okay? Because there was a lot going on past weekend. You need time to kind of reset, and that's okay. And the reason why it's telling you this is so you don't get sick. So your body doesn't force you to rest. You're choosing to rest, okay? And also, it's a great day for you to be able to really look at things logically. So if you're dealing with business matters or, you know, at work, whatever, like you're able to look at things logically because your mind is settled, right? If you don't feel that way, then go put your feet in the grass, do a meditation, call your power back, okay? Tomorrow, oh, there's that King of Swords showing up again. A lot about the mind, which I like this because the King of Swords, my son is taking his driver's test tomorrow to get his license. I can't believe it. But anyway, my youngest son. Anywho, the King of Swords is definitely about mental clarity. It's about taking action on your thoughts, being able to like really zero in on something and focus. I mean, you have an open mind, but you're like laser focused on what you want to accomplish, because remember, the masculine energy is about taking action on that, right? So there might be some things going on mentally where you're like, you know what? I can take action. I'm not doing this from an emotional place. I'm doing this from a logical place. Okay? So let's look at Wednesday. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. I promise y'all, I shuffled these real good. We got all the swords showing up, a lot about the mind, okay? Thank goodness this is in reverse, because you know, if you've been coming to these sessions, you know that the Eight of Swords in reverse is about freeing yourself from your own self-imprisonment. How are you going to do that? That is your job, right? It's your job to take action on the things that you know need to change in your life, right? Because we've all done things or got ourselves into situations because of obligation, but then there comes a point in time where we're like, you know what? I'm so sick and tired of this. I have got to change, right? And so Eight of Swords in reverse is like, I'm taking off the blindfold, I'm taking off the ties that bind, and I'm gonna do my own freaking thing, right? It's all up here, okay? It's not reality. It's like your brain is keeping you prisoner because you think that's the way things have to be. You think that's the way you have to be. It's not true. It's just stuff that's been piled onto you, okay? So for example, sorry, I got a piece of hair, probably cat hair. You know, there's a lot going on outwardly, right? As far as inflation and you know, people are worried about money and things like that. But when you get to a certain level of your understanding, of your awakening, of your practice, you understand that that doesn't affect you. Okay? Your own worrying is putting you in that trajectory, in that you're predicting that negative future, right? So when you step out of that and you're like, no, that's not my story. That might be somebody else's story, but it's not mine. You start to see the results of that. Okay? Because that's like you stepping out of the programming, you stepping out of the conditioning. Okay? So let's look at Thursday. Oh, Thursday we have the devil showing up. Okay, so this is a major arcana, right? The devil is not, in tarot, is not meant to be a scary card. It's asking you to be aware of where your oppression is, where your addictions lie, where the heaviness is in your life. Where are you feeling stuck? Okay, so there might be a situation on Thursday where you feel like you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. You're like, well, I don't know. I don't feel like there's any way out of this. Maybe it's a toxic relationship. Maybe it's a work situation. Maybe there's some sort of addiction rearing its head with you. Addiction doesn't just mean substances, okay? It can be escapism. It can be laziness. It can be negativity, okay? So on Thursday, you got to watch out because the energy might feel very heavy on Thursday to where you can't really do much of anything, but this is only a perception. The devil is the ego. The ego wants to keep you stuck and wants to keep you in one place, okay? You can choose to turn this reverse and step out of that energy. That's why I said earlier, it is your job to make the changes in your life, right? It's not mine, it's not anybody else's. It is your job to do the thing that creates that change. And you have help here. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're never alone. There is energy, there are forces that are determined to help you, but you have to be helpable. Does that make sense? Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Uh-oh. We got to fill that cup back up. Y'all know my metaphor for your cup, right? You have to fill that cup up, because if not, there is a very big likelihood that you will just like drain it this week, okay? We do have a lot of swords showing up the first 3 days. And like I said, there's not a whole lot of motion going on. Maybe we need to bring that back. Maybe we're recognizing where we are draining ourselves, you know, where we are keeping ourselves held up. Okay. And so then on Thursday, there might be something that comes up that shows you exactly where that scenario is, and you have to decide to step out of it. Make sense? It's weird to see all these having to be deleted. That's crazy. Thank y'all for monitoring the comments. Oh, man. Trolls, I guess. All right, whoops. Let's get some oracle and let's get some further messages and find out what else we need to know. Oh, Sandy, you got your oracle deck? Yay. Y'all, if you've ordered the oracle deck, many of you have, and I'm so excited for you. And I'm so excited for Denise, because I'll go over the deck. I'll be using the deck in just a minute. But yeah, if you haven't gotten it yet, get it, because it's great. And like I said before, it immediately connects to your readings. And like You don't even have to have the crystal in your hand, just the card. And you can use that card as a replacement for the crystal. But if you want to get the crystal, Denise also has crystals you can get. So yes, Reiki is energy healing. All right, what else do we need to know this week? You had a dream about her deck. Oh, that's very interesting, Marlo. I hope you got it. So maybe that's the universe telling you that you need to have that deck. Interesting. All right, what else do we need to know this week? Let's see. Oh, we have talisman in reverse. Okay, so let's read that together and see how it applies to you. All right. A reverse talisman card warns you that you must be aware of the repetitive patterns in your life. Remember how I said the devil represents addictions? Those are habits, okay? Things that you feel like you don't have control of, but you actually do, okay? So sometimes the things that feel most familiar carry with them reminders of what you don't want to experience again. Yet, here you are, faced with an important choice. You can move forward cautiously, or you can look for another path that will take you in a new direction. Consider this. If you've fallen down a hole a few times, why wouldn't you walk around the hole this time? If you know where the hole is, if you know where the hole lies, treasure that wisdom. So it's like, stop doing the same shit over and over again, right? That's insanity. Stop living the same day over and over again. That is insanity, okay? Although the universe is unlimited, every individual path has some limitations. Accepting that not all avenues are available to you at this time is a powerful realization. That said, you don't have to retrace your footsteps either. No matter what, you're on this path to gain greater wisdom, regardless of the choice you make. This is the time to ask others who have been here before for advice and assistance. Their wisdom will awaken your own. So here we have another reference of people wanting to help you. Okay? Either a physical person or an energy is determined to help you. Not to like talk about myself, but that's what I do. With the new Quantum Master Academy, I am determined to help you to rise to your highest power, right? By teaching you these things. If you come get a coaching session with me, I am determined to help you resolve the issue, right? To show you different ways that you can take your power back. Okay? There are other people out there determined to help you in whatever avenue that you need. So I can only talk about my experience and what I do, right? I can't talk about everybody else. But do you understand? You have to be willing to accept that. There are a lot of people that get offended that when they need help from something or someone, they get offended that they have to do some sort of energy exchange. And it's like, then you're not ready for the help. Okay? Because you're still in lack mode. You're still in your selfish mode, like your entitled mode. And you have to step out of that. Okay? Let me tell you, I spent $5,000 on a masterclass thing a while back, and got nothing out of it, But you know what? I invested in me, and it taught me something. Okay, so I don't see it as a loss. It taught me something. It taught me to provide the most value in everything that I do. Because I would never want someone to spend that kind of money with me and feel like when they come out of it that they've got nothing. I would, just thinking about it, makes me want to, yeah. I too invest in my journey still. It's never ending. Okay. But yeah, I don't feel like I got anything. Like I could have read a book and gotten that information. It was all stuff that I already knew, not to like beat my own chest or toot my own horn, but see what I'm saying? Like be aware of what you're investing in, but also if you feel like you've done something in the past and it didn't work out, it's okay. It taught you something. Okay. That I'm in the circulation of money, so it's fine, right? But it also taught me to make sure that I provide the most value in everything that I do, so nobody else feels the way that I did. So yeah. Your guidance is what helped me get to the place I'm at now in my journey. Ah, I'm so happy for you, Denise. Every time I see an order come through, I'm like, yes. So excited for you. Okay, you know what? Let's shuffle these more. But do y'all understand what I'm saying? Every experience that you've gone through in the past is about a learning process for you, okay? So even if it's a relationship that didn't work out, it taught you something. Are you willing to learn that lesson? Oops. You have a question? Sure. Ask it. On Wednesday, the Eight of Swords in reverse can represent being overly critical of yourself and others. That goes down with the Devil card. Yeah, well, it's in reverse, so it's like, yeah, we're getting out of that. But then, yeah, here is the devil rearing its ugly head. Like, are you sure about that? You sure you want to leave? You sure you want to leave your comfort zone of negativity? Like, we could be besties. You know, I thought we were closer than that. That's kind of like what the devil energy does. That's the ego. All right, let's see. Look at that. Cornucopia. Okay? The cornucopia is here to remind you that there is no lack, that you have the opportunity to experience the wealth of abundance of the universe, but you have to get your mind correct. You have to get your frequency correct. Okay? Everybody has the opportunity to experience their own abundance in whatever way that they are looking to experience, okay? But it's all about shifting the mindset, changing your thought patterns, changing your actions, okay? That's why we have this devil card showing up, because the devil's like, no, why don't you just sit down and relax? You deserve it. Treat yourself to doing nothing when you know that you need to be doing something towards your goal, right? Or the devil's like, you know what? We had a hard day. Let's go drink 4 glasses of wine. You know? And it just wants you to just chill and be distracted. And your higher self is like, no, you've got so much more that you can experience. Why settle for less? Okay? The cornucopia is telling you that the cornucopia is the horn of plenty. It is that higher expression of Capricorn. Capricorn rules the house of your career, the 10th house, okay? It's you not believing in all the BS that you see outwardly. You're being that smart rebel, knowing that, yeah, that's not my life. That's not my journey. It might be yours, and that's fine if that's what you want to experience, but not mine, okay? So you have blessings. Remember how I said you'll experience some sort of blessing or miracle or whatever it is that you think, you know, we all call them different things, but write them down this week. All the good things that happen to you that you feel like are blessings or miracles, write them down. And then at the end of the week, turn around and look at them and be like, oh, wow, okay, I did receive help. I'm learning mediumship. I got visions from someone's grandparents. We don't know what the visions mean. What's the question? Did I miss the question? Exactly what I did going into 2025. Shifted my mindset about damn time. Yes, but it's working. Good. It's incredible what that does. In my early 20s, I was in a real shitty relationship, so bad, but I look back and think, I don't regret it. I learned so much. Same, Marlo, same. I've been in some crappy relationships in the past, and I'm like, you know what? It taught me a lot about myself, and it taught me to stand up for not just other people, because I was really easy, like it was really easy to stand up for other people, but standing up for myself was not easy, you know? Changed it. Can it be their memories? Yeah, I mean, it can be anything. Typically, they try to communicate in ways that, like, if you're doing mediumship and you're doing it, for another person, it should be memories that they both connect to. That way, you know for sure that you're connecting to the right people. Um, but if they don't know what the message was referring to, sometimes they have what I think John Edward calls it this psychic amnesia, when you're getting a reading and you're like, yeah, I don't know. And then later down the road, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I totally forgot about that. Okay. Or it could be a message that they can go verify later on. So yeah, if they don't quite know what it is currently, have them write it down, or, make a note of it and go check it out. Go ask family members, research it, whatever. That way it's kind of like maybe like a message that you couldn't just make up, and they're like, this is valid. I'm actually here. That kind of thing. Kids playing in the grass on the beach, and I've seen an island. Yeah. See if that resonates in any specific way for them later on. All right. So this is the crystal deck I was telling y'all about. This is Denise's baby. So, okay, what do we need to know this week? What crystal goes with us this week? Ooh, labradorite. I can't ever pronounce that. Look how beautiful that is. So pretty. All right. Expanded awareness, illumination, transformation. It's interesting because we have just been talking about that, right? Okay, labradorite awakens your inner magic, enhancing your intuition and protecting your aura as you journey through the unknown. Trust in its mystical energy to reveal hidden truths and guide you towards transformation and self-discovery. I mean, how perfect is that for what we've been talking about this week? And so I'm saying there's a lot going on with the mind this week. There's a need for the mind shifting. There's a need to take action on certain things. Maybe there's something you need to learn. Maybe there is, something that you've been doubting, and now you're like, you know what? Why am I doubting myself? Why am I doing that to myself? Right? That's what this devil card wants you to do. It wants you to doubt yourself. It wants you to like second guess everything, question yourself, and then just stay put. Because the ego thinks it's keeping you safe. But in reality, it's keeping you stagnant and miserable and just flat out unhappy. So there we go, labradorite. You can use that card this week, or get your labradorite crystal if you have one. If you don't, you can get one from Denise. This deck is available through the link in my bio. Okay, TikTok, link in my bio, YouTube, link in my description, but there's also a link in my bio as well. So yeah, make sure you go order that from her. You're supporting a small business, and that's what we do here. Okay, let's see what else. Journaling, breath work, and meditation are great for calming the mind. Yes, and allowing thoughts to flow freely without getting stuck on a single thought. Yes. Get it out of your brain and onto paper so you can either, write down even the negative stuff. Write down all your fears and doubts and everything, and burn it afterwards if you can burn it. Okay? But also write the positive things next. And read those over and over again. Brain dump, and then only keep the stuff that is actually helpful. Oh yeah, also you guys, my book, I think I've got it in here. Nope, where did I set? Oh, it's right here. My book is almost to 500 copies sold. Can you believe that? I've almost sold 500 copies of my book. Like, that is crazy to me. Like, amazing. I just noticed that the other day because I try not to like pay attention to all that, you know, like just because I'm like, you know what, whoever's going to buy it, buys it. Whoever loves it is going to leave a review and all of that. But then I was looking at different analytics over the weekend and I went and looked and yeah, we're close to 500 copies sold. If you have not gotten this, you can go to the link in my bio and it's linked, everything is linked for you. It takes you straight to Amazon, or you could go to Amazon and just search it up that way. But yeah, almost 500 sold. That's funny. I saw the comment where somebody said, I do not buy witchcraft books, but yet I bet they have a Bible. In the Bible, there's witchcraft. So yeah, it's funny. And this isn't a witchcraft book, it's a tarot book. Yours is on your desk? Love it. You bought 4, Denise? Oh, wow. Yeah, I got 1 and 2 other friends got a copy after trying mine. Good. That's so cool, Patty. I love it. You're going to buy 2 more? Aw, y'all are amazing. I know, whoa. I know Heather has bought several for her friends too. I don't know if she's on today. But I've heard of other people buying them for their friends just because they love it so much. So thank you all. And if you haven't left a review, if you wouldn't mind leaving a review, I'd be so grateful, because it's not that it helps me, but it helps people know that it's like a legit book. You know, it's not AI written. It is human written. It is, you know, written by somebody who practices and teaches tarot every day, all of that. So yeah. Okay, look, we got this again. Right track. Says you're going in the right direction, so just keep moving forward. Please don't ever stop. Okay? Don't ever stop, because you've heard that thing of like, you know, stopping 3 feet from gold. Don't do that, because you're going to kick yourself if you do. Okay? Steady progress. Patience is your ally. Celebrate each step forward, no matter the size. So that's one of the things that really keeps humans going psychologically, is celebrating the little wins. Okay. So for example, in the QMA, if you looked at it in the Quantum Master Academy, if you looked at it and just saw it as like a 1.5 year schooling, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of overwhelming. But I set it up in different chunks to build upon each other, right? And you receive certifications for every chunk that you fulfill. Those are the little wins that you can celebrate. And let me tell you, you don't have to complete the Quantum Master Academy before you start putting these practices in place, okay? So for example, the ladies that have already completed my tarot apprenticeship and advanced tarot, they can start doing, number 1, practice readings, right? To get more comfortable, to get that feedback, and then they can start charging for readings. They don't have to wait until we're finished with the Quantum Master Academy, okay? It's built that way. So you can start earning as we go, and you're building all of that. And then at the end, I'm going to teach you how to really set up a successful business. So yeah, celebrate all the progress that you make. Don't wait until you've like finished everything, because that will help you to keep going. You know, Jesus teaches the same things that I teach here too. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. I've read the Bible. I've read lots of books written by man. So yeah, people are interesting. Let's see. Oh, there's Heather. She said, yeah, I did buy several for friends. Yeah. Stephanie said, I'll take it. Healing for me in that wound, and now working with my cat to heal his mouth. Nice. Yes, it can happen. All right, let's see what else we need to know this week. You know, I always find it very interesting, the people that come in and into my comments and they want to preach to me about Jesus and the Bible and stuff like that are the same people that probably haven't picked up their Bible and God knows how long, probably haven't gone to church and God knows how long, or they go to church, but then as soon as they leave church, they do everything opposite, right? It's just, real Christians are loving and accepting and open-minded. Closed off Christians are the ones where you experience all the hate and judgment. Like, I grew up Catholic and Baptist. The majority of my family are religious. I don't care. I live my life. They live theirs. We respect one another. And you would be shocked to understand that there is a lot of similarities between the two. You just have to stop with the hellfire and damnation stuff. And then realize that spirituality and science and all that are proving each other. And that Jesus came here to say, hello, wake up. You can do this stuff. Like, look how powerful you are. Not worship me, not, just follow and whatever. Like do what I'm showing you. It's the same thing. So yeah. I went to Christian college and experienced the most hypocritical nonsense I ever had in my life. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Making a wish and blowing out your candles is a spell. It's witchcraft. Saying a prayer, asking for something, manifestation. So yeah, it's so silly. Oh, there is a great account I started following called Monty Mater, and she deconstructs the Bible in amazing ways that shuts down the fire and brimstone. Nice. I like that. All right, let's see what else we need to know. There's a guy that I like. His name is Dan McClellan. I follow him, and he breaks down all that stuff. Look, we have beauty. Look how beautiful that card is. We haven't pulled this one yet, I don't think. It is number 6, which goes perfectly with beauty. So it's about everything being in beauty and harmony, right? We think something is beautiful because we see it as harmonious. That is what you can see your life as. Even, take a rose. A rose has thorns. Thorns hurt when you grab them, but the rose is beautiful. Do we say the rose is ugly because it has thorns? No, we still consider the rose as beautiful. Take that metaphor for your life. You've gone through and gotten pricked by some thorns or hurt by some pricks, whatever you want to call it. But that doesn't mean that your life is not beautiful. That doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. It's just part of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't experience all beautiful things only in life. We have to see it as beautiful. It's all in your perception of your growth and your experience. Is that making sense? Because even though you've been through hard times, doesn't mean you're ugly, doesn't mean life is ugly. It means, hey, you were going through some growing pains and you're blossoming into this beautiful being. But if you let that stuff stunt your growth, then you will stay a weed. So yeah. Oh, wow. You're born on the 6th day and your last name is Thorn. That's interesting. Love it. Yeah, you do need the bad to appreciate the good. Absolutely. It gives you perspective. All right, what else do we need to know? Ooh, hawk, messenger. That's interesting. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. This reminds me of our blessing for the week is, a fairy determined to help you. That's why I said take this week and look at write down all the messages that you receive, all the insights, all the blessings, all the miracles, whatever you want to call them. Write them down, because there is something trying to connect to let you know that, hey, there is more to life than what you're just experiencing, right? And it's telling you already know the answer, right? You already know the answers because you're intuitive. You are a divine being. You are in tune with the frequencies, but you doubt yourself. You doubt the universe. You doubt all this stuff because, all this stuff because of programming. Okay? Oh, did I miss something? Oh, it's okay, Elizabeth. So, just like somebody, just came into my comment, said, you believe that shit? That is a person who is very unhappy in their life because they can't see beyond their own nose. They can't see beyond anything because they have settled for the programming that they were given throughout their life. And you're going to come across a lot of people that like that, right? Because those are the ones, like, we need those people. Okay, we do need them because they show us how much progress we have made. So don't get mad at the people that are stuck in their lack and they're doubting. Like, they're straight up this like devil energy, right? They're stuck, they're trapped. So don't get mad at them. Just see them for where they are, and you can send them love and light, but also use it as a sense of like a measuring tool of how much progress you've made in your own journey. Okay? They do challenge you, yeah. Let's do this one. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know this week? Look at that. Power. And this is that divine feminine rising power that we are experiencing, which is why you're seeing so much agitation happening. We need the agitation, okay? That's the only way that things are going to shift and change. Because if it didn't make us uncomfortable, if it didn't, make us move, then nothing would happen. So we need the agitation because this divine feminine energy is rising. And the divine feminine energy is the intuitive energy. It is the healing energy. It is the psychic energy. It is the harmonious energy. Okay? So that's why there is this agitation happening, because we have to be moved into this new way of being. Okay? I dropped my phone right when you said oops. Oh, that's funny. We're synced, Molly. But do you understand what I'm saying about the feminine rising? And I'm not talking about just women. There is feminine energy in men too, right? It's men getting in touch with their emotional intelligence, men getting in touch with their own intuitive practices, their own spirituality, all of that stuff, okay? It's not just women. Women obviously have more feminine energy than men, right? Which is why we are supposed to balance each other out. But yeah, we have the feminine rising, and it's here to remind us how the world is supposed to be, because it ain't like it is now, right? All right, what else do we need to know? Then we'll get into the money deck. Oh, inner core. I love that. And you see the dove representing peace, like it's breaking open in order to release all this black stuff that has been trapped inside. And then we have the dove like as a real prominent type of energy on the inside. And you know what? Right? There are birds on at least 2 of them. Oh, there's 3 of them. Or is that I don't know what that is. Hang on. It looks like a butterfly, but it also looks like a fairy. Let me show you TikTok right here. Right? Anywho, what was I saying? Oh, when you start to experience peace, right? We have the Four of Swords, we have the King of Swords, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, okay? That is more peaceful energy. Guess what happens when you're not used to peace and you start feeling peace? What happens? Tell me in the comments, because I'm interested to see what y'all's take is. Magic can happen, but what typically happens when you're used to chaos, you're used to trauma, you're used to survival mode, what happens when you start actually feeling peace? You start wanting drama. Yep. Drives you crazy. Self-sabotage. Yep. Why? When we try so hard to get away from all that, why do we put ourselves back in it? Because it's what we're used to. Because we feel it gives us purpose. Okay? This is why whenever you go through a growth period, you celebrate it and you're all excited, but then you're like, well, like, what do I do now? You know, I don't have anything like driving me or pushing me or scaring me. And yeah, it's because you're so used to chaos and fear and survival mode that you have to really teach yourself how to be okay in peace. It probably feels uncomfortable because you're waiting for the shoe to drop. Yes. Because we aren't comfortable to feel something that great. I know, yeah. Isn't that sad? But you know what? You can absolutely shift all that. You can find comfort in that new discomfort, right? Fear is turned into happiness. Yes, Amy, yes. Because we think that, oh, if I can solve this problem, if I can do this or if I can do that, then I have a purpose and I'm accomplishing something, and you're getting that dopamine hit. But we all crave a life where like nothing is happening, not nothing, but you understand what I'm saying, where we're not having to survive, where we're not having to strive and stress and be in fear mode. But once we get there, we're like, well, where is the fear? Like, I miss you. You know, like, what do I do now? Well, you freaking enjoy your life. But yeah, it's crazy how we do that, but that's the way the mind works. The mind is like, where's the problem that I have to solve? I'm so used to this, like, I don't know what to do. And you're like, just chill out. And your brain's like, well, I don't know how to do that. You have to teach it. All right, let's see. What's our money message for this week? I'm feeling peace right now for the first. It's really weird. But been watching drama shows. There you go. Somebody else's drama, not yours. Let's see. I very rarely feel peace anymore. It's so hard for me. Yeah, you have to really kind of make yourself do that. You have to force yourself to enjoy and absorb that peace. All right, what is our money message this week? Nope, it didn't split properly. Let's see. There it is. Transporter. Now, not in a negative way, not like the movie. Okay, there's 3 ways to resonate. Let's see what resonates with you, okay? Number 1, this card is a good indicator that things will start moving for you rather quickly. I mean, you're on the right track, okay? Sometimes when you're on the right track, it feels like you're not. You will start to have these doubts and fears and anxieties creep in that make you want to turn around and run. But you have to remind yourself, no, I'm on the right track. And your doubts and your fears and all that stuff that's like wanting you to get into flight mode is that fear, because like, I don't know what's happening. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm stepping into a new frequency. I'm afraid. And you can even tell yourself it's okay to be afraid, but it's not necessary, because we are on the right track. And you're talking to your higher self, maybe talking to your inner child, something like that, right? Number 2, a career in transportation such as travel, driving, or shipping could appeal to you. And number 3, you could travel for work, or perhaps you need to take action on a financial matter. See, there's a lot about action happening today. It's like, okay, I already know the answer. I already know what I need to do. Well, let me go ahead and do it. When you make that decision, the universe kicks into gear. And remember, indecision is a decision, right? So think about this. The devil card. Remember how the devil wants to keep you stuck. Well, that is a decision to stay stuck. You know, I get so many DMs and emails and all this stuff about like, will you teach me this? Will you help me with this? Da, 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 da. And I'm happy to do so, right? But I also run a business. I have to feed myself and my children. We have to pay for a home and things, right? So I've created different things to help you, but yet they stay stuck. And then they hear it come again. I really feel stuck here. I need this and this and that. Well, what have you done about it? You know, I'm here happy to teach you, but it's not going to just like magically land in your lap. You actually have to take action. You have to make that decision. And then the universe kicks into gear. Does that make sense? So how many times have you complained about a situation and you haven't taken any action? You just, you know, complained about it and then moved on about your day. And then here it comes back again, you know? Yeah, we still got 3D bills, y'all. Exactly, Jamie. Like, we do have to live in this world too, right? That's why I was saying earlier about the Quantum Master Academy. If you're wanting to get in as a founding member, I mean, it's stupid cheap, you guys. Like, I had it evaluated and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? You know? And I was like, well, I got sucked into, you know, my bleeding heart. Like, well, I want to help everybody. Da, da, da. They're like, it's not an equal exchange at all. You know, the Quantum Master Academy and everything that I'm building, with it being accredited, it's coming, the accreditation, I could, $20,000, I could do that. Am I going to do that? No. But I do need to charge something that is going to be an energy exchange, right? So if you want to get in as a founding member, stupid cheap right now. That ends June 2nd. It's June 2nd because I'll be out of town on the 1st. I get to go take my son to his esports tournament because I've built a life to where I can make my own schedule. I built a life to where I get to talk to you all the time. In the tribe, in the Quantum Master Academy, I get to teach lovely ladies on TikTok and YouTube and all the things. Like, I get to do this all the time. And I get paid for it. And I'm happy to teach you how to do the same. But you have to make the decision. I'm not dragging you. That is not my jam. I don't want you there if I had to drag you. So, yeah. Step out of the cycle circle. Yeah. I was stuck for a long time. Started taking that action and bam, here it comes. That's right, Denise. See, you are living proof. Yes, Molly, you are well on your way. If y'all have not checked out Molly's page, Foil and Folly, you need to go check out her page. She does some incredible stained glass artwork. I love it. She's doing the tarot cards. All right, what else do we need to know this week? Whoops. We have main male. So what does that mean? What does the masculine energy mean? We just went over this. Taking action. Being the decision maker. Okay, because remember, the feminine energy is receptive. We're taking in information. We're taking in energy. So we can feel how it feels, right? So that way we can make the executive decision. So there are decisions that need to be made this week. There are actions that need to be taken this week. Okay? You are the main person in your story. And this week is more so on the masculine side of doing the thing, making the decision, making the declaration, whatever it is that you need. Okay? Main male. So there we go. Didn't we just get that card? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's been a while, but I could be wrong. All right, here comes the Rebel deck. You're late, Gina. Oh no, we're just about to finish up. We got main female. Okay. All right. What is it? Look, if you get offended easily, this is not the time for you to stick around. It's time for you to scroll away. This is the Rebel deck. It will call you out and sometimes hurt your feelings. Yes, YouTube replay. Here we come. Yeah. Thank goodness I have YouTube that can post it for me. Okay, so let's see. What is our message for this week? What is our message for this week? Ooh, be fucking grateful. Shit could be so much worse. Isn't that so fitting with what we've been talking about, where I said throughout your week, list down all the wonderful things that are happening throughout your week, right? So you can give gratitude, because yes, life could be so much worse. Think about, for example, again, I can only talk about me because it's my lived experience, but I think about myself 5 years ago, 2 years ago, and I was trying to manifest and grow into certain areas of my life. And today I'm living in that energy that I was praying for years ago, even 10 years ago. I was praying for that experience, for this experience right here, right? Trying to manifest that. And so I have to be grateful for getting to do what I love and living this life. So use that in your own way. Think of where you were however long ago that you want to go back, right? And see all the things that you were hoping to experience and how you're experiencing that today. Okay? And then write it down and express gratitude, because that is a milestone and you should celebrate that, right? Like I said, I've almost sold 500 copies of my book. I mean, that's crazy. That's so amazing. It's exciting. So I am celebrating that, especially when we hit the 500. I might have to have a party or something, but be grateful, not just for the good things, but also be grateful for the negative things that lit that fire under your butt to get you to where you are. Okay? I used to just dwell on all the negativity. Oh, hang on, I gotta. Douglas, stop it. That dog, I swear to God. Oh, hang on, I gotta do it again. If you do it too perfect, it won't do it. Me with my Venus and Virgo, I gotta do it just right and make it align. Doesn't work. Let's see. I was just thinking about that last week. I could be living with my mom or sisters. I'm so grateful to be able to provide for myself and have my own peace. Oh man, that is everything. To be able to pay for your own life, to be able to afford your own bills and your home, whether it's an apartment, a home, doesn't matter, right? You are in your space and you can have that peace. You guys, I've been so open with y'all. A long time ago, not even that long, like I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, right? Remember, I was playing Beat the Bank. And once I got serious about my journey, I mean, it's been a whirlwind. I was really good at helping everybody else but myself. But when I started getting serious about myself, that's when my life did a massive 180. And that's what's going to happen to you when you get serious about yourself. Okay? You can still help other people or do the things that bring you joy, but don't forget about you, because remember, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Don't drain your cup. If it's already empty, then start filling it this week. Find ways that are going to fill your cup. Okay? So I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you back here Friday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is our last week where I'll be here Monday and Friday. Starting next week, because I'll be out of town next Friday, we're just doing the once a week, and I'll cover the entire week from now on. Okay? This is leaving me room to be able to do more for the tribe, more for the QMA, more for just everything. Okay? So if you are afraid you're going to miss out, then jump into the tribe. take advantage of the founding members opportunity on the QMA, because I told you it's going from 99 to 249, because I know what I'm offering. It's been evaluated. It's getting accreditation. So it's going to set you up for success. Okay. Mwah. I love you all. I'll see you Friday morning. Bye.